This is so strange. Like, it's weird. But I literally, like, I could, I really, I really love giving people compliments. Like, it just, I don't know. It's something about, like, when they actually, like, receive the compliment and it's just, like, they're happy. It really warms my heart. I literally stopped a guy on the way to class and I said, your truck is beautiful. Because he has this, he has this blue truck and it's beautiful. And it's a beautiful truck. And he said, thank you. And I was just so touched by that. As if people don't normally say thank you. Hey y'all. So this time, I have something to talk about. 1 second. Alright, so, you know, I've kind of like coined this term, introverted socialite, which, you know, is an oxymoron, because you just think, how can someone be a socialite and be an introvert? It doesn't add up. For those of you guys who don't know what an introvert is a person who is a person who stays to themselves, basically. Doesn't really talk to people. Usually they have the whole connotation of being antisocial. And an extrovert, or you could consider them a socialite, you usually think of wealthy people who got money, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta be rich to be a socialite, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, an extrovert is someone who's a social butterfly. I cannot talk. Social butterfly. Basically, they talk to everybody, they know everybody. They make great conversators. And honestly, what made me come up with this whole like thing, this concept of an introverted socialite, I just be sitting around thinking about stuff, you know. But I honestly, sometimes I kind of like get on myself about not being such a social person. I'm very much an introvert. That doesn't mean I'm antisocial. We can nip that in the bud right there. But I think I've kind of labeled myself as that, and I think I've been labeled, I have been labeled by others as that, as an introvert. First, before we get any deeper into this, I just want to let y'all know, all my introverted shawties out there, that there's nothing wrong with being an introvert, okay? I think there are many positives, and then there's some negatives. Maybe not being an introvert, but being too to yourself. I think some positives about being an introvert, well, I think it doesn't really necessarily, you don't have to be defined as an introvert, because I think a lot of people who are extroverts might hold this quality as well. I think you can make decisions for yourself, and you can always know who you are. And just speaking for myself, I don't really think I put myself in a lot of compromising situations, because I just know what I'm used to and I know what's right for me, you know? While that is positive, I think a bad quality that I have, which, I don't want to say is from being an introvert, but just maybe being to myself too much. I'm very socially awkward, and honestly, I don't even think that's like me because I'm an introvert, but I think even though that might not be my situation, if you stay to yourself too much, especially for such a long period of time in your life, it might be hard to interact with other people. A lot of times, I think I said this before in other videos, I feel really out of touch with other people, and sometimes you might feel left out, and now sometimes, it doesn't really happen often now anymore, but when I was younger, I really was left out, and it was not by choice. But now, when I see myself, like, I am really, I have a fallback personality on a lot of situations. It could be in terms of friendships, relationships, just a lot of stuff. I fall back. You know what I'm saying? I fall back. Anyways, but I have the tendency to distance myself from other people. And I don't even think, I don't push them away. I think I just sometimes I get too much into my setting. But I think that's being left out by choice. And I think sometimes, not necessarily being an introvert, but if you're too to yourself and you're too it's me against the world, then you really don't have anybody, because you push everyone away. So I think sometimes if you're too to yourself, you kind of set yourself up for that. In general, I think as far as distancing myself and being socially awkward. I think as a 18-year-old young woman of 2017, I truthfully feel like I've gotten better. I'm a lot better at talking to people. I'm still very awkward. I think it really depends on the situation. I know when to be serious and when not to be serious, but if I get really nervous, I'll say something stupid or I stutter. Like, it's terrible. I also say like a lot. That's not good at all. And I'm trying to stop, but the more I try to stop, the more I say it. It's crazy. My dad points it out all the time, and it makes me feel terrible because I can't speak English, you know. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's totally normal to be awkward. I'm 18. I mean, sometimes adult figures make me nervous. My friends make me nervous. Guys make me nervous. It's totally understandable. Like, if you just a nervous, awkward person, I feel you. Another thing that I kind of struggle with, and I don't even know if this is like, you know, me being an introvert or me just being adre, but I overthink a lot. I don't know if over analytical is a term, but we gonna use it because that's what I am. I think too much about everything. Like, I just think about stupid stuff. I literally am the type of person who I replay scenarios in my head before they even happen. Or like, well, an example of that, or just in general, if they have happened, I replay those in my head and think, well, you could have done this or well, you could have done that. It's terrible. I also don't know how to relax or turn up. Sometimes I'm scared that I relax too much. It really, I don't know. I can't turn up. Like, I mean, I can have fun, but I just, like, dancing in front of people, I have a hard time doing that. I can't do that. I just feel goofy because I am goofy, but it's just like not a good type of goofy. I feel stupid, you know? And I don't know. I just think about it a lot. Like, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but I think that's a problem that I have. And I don't really say it's because I'm an introvert. I don't know. God gave me I can't talk. God gave me thinking brains, and I be thinking. But I said all of that to say that if this sounds a lot like you know, you an introvert, you socially awkward, you know, you think too much, I got something for you, show. I got something. So basically, I don't think you should worry too much about that. You know, don't overthink it. I think sometimes a lot of this can spark up spark up as in you might become more introverted, you know what I'm saying? But like, a lot of this can come spontaneously from you just being in a new situation. So my example for me is, this is my first year of college and I've never been to college before, and this, like, I literally coming into college or coming into just the atmosphere, I literally, like, if we're talking no, I literally only know one person because we went to high school together. We could say maybe two because I went to high school in the same district as someone else, but for the most part, I know one person. We don't have the same major. We don't have any classes together. Just the whole atmosphere, like, I love A&T, but I don't know anybody. So, and it's like, it's not even just the school, but just me as a person. I feel like it's hard for me to make friends, which is not really hard for me to make friends, but it's easy to understand. If this is your first year in college and you're literally around no one that you know, I think to overcome that, a good thing to do is to maybe, like, step out your comfort zone and just put yourselves in different program situations, not compromising situations, but put yourself just activities in school. So you become part of council. You could run, you know, we have a Miss A&T, Mr. A&T now. I feel like you might want to be more of an extrovert or social butterfly. Not even that. Like, I don't even think it has anything to do with having clout, but you just might want to be better at talking to people. Like, you should be more comfortable. But there are just many different clubs aside from that. But you can, you know what I'm saying? Put yourself out there. Don't go to college and stay to yourself. don't stay to yourself. Like, it's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, I don't really stay to myself. I don't have time to, but yeah, I mean, and then, well, just find a balance, because on top of that, I do understand that being an introvert, I don't even think it's that I don't like people or I don't like to talk to people. Well, you know, it's not that necessarily, but it's more so, I think a lot of times introverts get misunderstood. It's just, you know, speaking for myself, I can't speak for all introverts. I just need so much time to myself. Not, I mean, it doesn't have to be a whole day, but I just, every now and then I need to come to myself and just, you know, get it back together. I don't think everyone understands that, but I think that's me. So I just said a lot of stuff that didn't make sense. So for the introvert shorties, whatever, who are socially awkward and who, you know, overthink, you can relax, but join clubs, find something that you like or are passionate about, and find someone else who might share the same passions. You don't even have to be in a club, just make some friends, you know what I'm saying? But coming from the fact that you are an introvert, it's very understandable that you need that time to yourself to just, you know, recollect, like just come to terms. And sometimes it's not always the case of being an introvert. Sometimes it really just naturally takes time to get to know people or to open up to people. So, you know, even though I am an introvert, I think I am better at just, when I open up to people, then, you know, and it's not even something, oh, sometimes you can hold yourself back from doing that. For example, my freshman year of high school, in marching band, I did not talk to a single person. Like, I didn't talk to anyone, and it was terrible. It was terrible. I was so, like, alone, but I wanted to be alone. But I didn't talk to anyone. And so my second year of band, I started talking to more people. I became more comfortable. I have a great sense of humor, and I don't think many people know that. I'm not even trying to brag. I think I'm pretty funny, personally. I make myself laugh, but, you know. Anyways, but sometimes I didn't feel comfortable, and so no one really knew that. And, you know, when I finally opened up to people, they could see, hey, she has a great sense of humor. She's funny, really funny. Like, I'm laughing at her, ha ha ha, rolling on the floor, laughing. But honestly, I think just as a person, if you know for yourself, like, even if you are an introvert and you like to stay to yourself, I said introvert a lot. Like, I should count how many times I said that. But if you know that you've pushed yourself out of your comfort zone and you continue to do it and you're growing and honestly you're getting better at being social, wow, you I don't think you have anything to worry about. Some people, well, I mean, not some people, there's always going to be somebody that's going to say something about what you do or how you are. Really, don't even sweat it. Like, don't sweat. There was one point I forgot to make about the whole overthinking stuff. Sometimes this is also another case that you might be able to relate to someone. Sometimes when I overthink, I think my problem is not necessarily, I don't like to call it insecurity. I personally think I'm unapologetically myself, but I'm a very apologetic person. Sometimes, okay, my biggest fears honestly are two things. I mean, I'm scared of a lot of things, but these are my top two fears. You know, shh, don't tell anyone. But anyways, my first one is being a burden on someone. I really, like, I just be hitting on myself about this. I really hate being someone's dead weight. Like, in anything. It could just be, like, it could be about something stupid. Like, I don't know. I'm just not open enough. I think this is what scares me. Like, this is what made me think of the whole introvert thing to talk about. But sometimes I'm thinking, well, wow, you're too introverted. Look at how you're making everyone else look. Stuff like that. And then the other thing that I'm extremely scared of is people will see me how I see myself. I don't really, like I said, I'm unapologetically myself, but I'm very apologetic. I think I see a lot of things wrong with me, which, you know, sometimes I think I'm cooler than I give myself credit for, but I don't know, like, I take stuff to heart, so, you know, What am I saying? I don't know. But I think sometimes that is kind of like the explanation as to why I say to myself so much. So maybe that's the case for someone else as to why they say to themselves so much. So I just wanted to throw that in there, see if I caught someone. I might not have caught someone, but I think this is kind of the source of my... What's a noun for introvert? Introvert's noun. What's like a... like ism? Introvertism? Okay, that was basically my video. I'm really not sure if you got anything from that. I was talking a little bit too fast. I was really trying not to say like, but I said like a lot. So this is probably a long video. This is the longest it's been in a while, but wow. Update. I mean, we had midterms. It's college. It's starting to get cold outside. Greensboro is like, all I had to do to get here was literally cross a state border, and I feel like we already ahead in seasons. I feel like it's still probably hot as ridiculousness in South Carolina and Columbia right now, and I mean it's not freezing because the days are normally hot. Like it got to 80 today, but the mornings and then at night, I mean, as soon as the sun disappears, the temperature just drops. Like, are we at a higher elevation than, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it. It is Jiho, and I'm in my room. See, that's another thing. I mean, I really didn't want to do anything today. I had a pretty good day, so y'all don't care about this stuff. I hope I was able to connect with somebody on this whole level of introvert socialite-tism, verism, the rizza, the kizza, ODB. Okay, that's all I have to say. I'm just talking. I tried to make as much sense as I could, but I apologize if I didn't, because I'm apologetic. Okay, bye.